Handful of Gravel is a relatively new event-only course. So this is the top half, the Serpentine 8, going across the Mayan Bridge. Join me for an easy little spin around and we'll take a look at this route, how this will race. So we start in the jungle pens, head down the hill, and this is all on tarmac, so paved. At this point, obviously the fastest thing would be a road bike, but yeah, that's going to be an issue for the rest of the race, as we'll see in a little bit. So now we hit the gravel, and as we get down to the jungle loop here, we're going to take a left and head the opposite direction of what we do in almost all of the races that people do down here. And just a little bit of an uphill, and then we hit the rope bridge. So the rope bridge is going to be a spot where speed goes up. If you end up with a gap in a group or off the back of a group, it very much can be an issue, especially, the speed gets high and then there's the climb on the other side of the rope bridge. So it is a spot where you need to be attentive and make sure splits don't happen. From here we have it's the famous jungle climb, only it's the jungle descent in this direction, obviously. So this is it's a pretty substantial length of time here that we're going to be going downhill, and this is right now we're at the end of the lead-in, but this downhill dirt finish is really interesting, and it's probably worth some thinking about if this is the decisive spot or the climb is the decisive spot. It's worth noting that the finish line, that jungle arch, the old stone arch, is not visible from a great distance, so it might be worth coming through here a couple times to know what the approach to the finish looks like. So now we're done the lead in and we're starting the lap. So from the banner, the arch, we come down here, we're going to take our right down and, across the Mayan Bridge. So down here we get into a mix of surfaces. We still have a bunch of dirt. We then also have the wooden bridges and stone. So all of this is going to have varying rolling resistance. So this is, I believe, one of the sections where the gravel bike is probably superior over the mountain bike. So now we're going to climb on dirt, basically all the way with just a couple little flat spots, all the way back to the rope bridge, and from the rope bridge it's downhill. So this long dirt climb, definitely when we've looked at all kinds of testing done by Zwift Insider, on the climbs the gravel bikes tend to be better than the mountain bikes. On the descents, the mountain bike's better than the gravel bikes. So the weight is the major issue there. I don't know what how this is going to play. The climb, I mean, it's a climb, but it's not a huge climb. We'll do it 3 times, and then I guess the finish only matters once, but the finish really matters. So I guess the upshot of bike choice recommendation here is, if you're really, really confident that you're making it up the dirt climb each time with the group, then I think to maximize your finish, it's mountain bike. But the other side, if you drop the group, you're going to drop a lot of time real fast. So if you're not the most confident, then it's the gravel bike. I don't think there's a really big difference between them. The only thing I can say is this is absolutely a course where you do not want to forget and leave yourself on a road bike.